up, guys? Welcome to Hollyscoop's Daily Rewind. I'm Madison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
It is hump day, and we have some hot tea. We're talking Kylie Jenner wanting another baby with Travis Scott, Selena Gomez opening up about how she was depleted of life, making certain tracks for Rare, and Kim K clapping back and clarifying that she did not boo Tristan Thompson, which is really upsetting.
She didn't go, boo!
I wish. Apparently it was more like, woo!
Yes, go!
Yes! But first, you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Justin and Hailey because this throwback video that Justin posted is still getting a lot of attention. It's a video from 2016. He captioned it saying, Hailey and I, 2016. Hailey, of course, commented on it, was like, even then, I was your wifey. Well, instead of some people just taking in this throwback, letting Justin have his, little moment, actually not pushing Yummy for once in the past week. Honestly.
For once.
I saw that and I was like, there's no mention of Yummy. Thank you.
He said the number one is gone, so let me move on.
But no. Some people were still taking to the comments and reminding Justin that after this, he actually got back together with Selena, which I will say the timing is not great.
Yikes.
They were saying things like he left her for something rare, left Hailey for something rare, and that he doesn't deserve Selena, all of those things. Although I understand where some people are coming from, I just want to be happy that, like I said, it wasn't promoting Yummy.
Do you believe, Madison, that sometimes celebrities can actually be like cordial with each other until they open up their social media and it's the fans literally making a mess?
Well, I kind of feel like, they weren't cordial with one another, but even taking it back to the restaurant situation, like Selena and Hailey and Madison Beer, I feel like it definitely probably was like, oh, we're all in the same place at the same time, but let's just mind our business, worry about our own carbs that are in front of us, and not give it any more attention than the situation's already gonna get. But think about it, it was a big deal, but the fans blew it up to be this dramatic showdown and all of these things. So in a sense, I almost feel like sometimes really strong fans, not necessarily the tea tribe,
not the whole group. It's
not
always
the whole group.
The
it's a select few. Definitely blow things up and make it worse. And then I think sometimes that animosity that they do create on social media can translate to real life too. Like it goes both ways. Like you can be cool in real life, get to social media and be like, what? And then I feel like that goes back out to when you see them in person, which is really unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate, Madison, but it happens more times than we realize.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on and talk about Selena Gomez, you guys. She opened up to Billboard about how emotional it was making this album, which obviously if you've listened to it, you can hear it, you can feel it. Especially when it came to some certain songs. So first she started talking about Vulnerable. She said while making it, she felt depleted of life, which is such a strong
I was gonna say
way
depleted.
to describe where you were at. She said that she turned bitter for a while. She was extremely bitter and very dry. She also was disconnected from her feelings, which I can't even imagine, but when she says the disconnected from her feelings thing, I do understand what she meant by depleted from life. Like
You
depleted
just
by
feel
life. You're just like a shell.
You don't have enough to even go out into the world.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And Selena was having to go into the studio and try to make music. She went on to say that therapy helped her understanding these feelings and that giving herself to people isn't a weakness. It's being vulnerable, which is actually a strength.
Absolutely. We know a lot of people in our lives that just sort of always seem to have a wall up. And I find that the people that I invest the most in are people that are vulnerable.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But I feel like kind of what she said, it's almost looked upon as a bad thing to be somebody who is like telling everything they know, showing their emotions, putting everything out there for people to see. Sometimes people think that that's inauthentic and that's not real because it's like, whoa, why are you being like that? And really, it's a good thing.
It's a projection.
If you are, that means that you are so confident and comfortable with yourself that you are willing to let whoever see all the different parts of you, the different depths of your souls. And I like that Selena is saying this is a strength and taking the word vulnerable that a lot of people look upon negatively and being like, why? It's a good thing. We should be celebrating this.
It's a very strong way to start out 2020.
Amen.
Being vulnerable is a strength and not a weakness.
Yes, we should add that word to like our vision board, our mental vision board.
Well,
Courtney and I don't have physical ones, but mentally, we're gonna add that. As far as Lose You to Love Me, Selena said that she was a mess while making that song and it was difficult for her. But this is what I really like. Just because certain songs were a challenge, it doesn't mean they bring up bad feelings or memories whenever she hears them again or has to perform them. Selena said that's partially why she wanted to release this album and wait a little bit to do so. She said, quote, I didn't want to be triggered by the same things. I wanted to get out what I was feeling, and then I wanted to celebrate it, and that's what happened.
See, I think that that's something that's such a positive thing to speak about. I mean, like I said on the morning tea, I don't want to pay my coin to see Selena and she's up there crying.
Right.
I don't want anything that's going to trigger her. I just want her to share the best parts of her tragedy in an artistic and creative way.
Right.
And continue to move on and be healthy.
I completely agree. I also like how she said this is why it was important for her to wait, because I feel like some artists who have put their emotions out there, Ariana Grande, of course, comes to mind for me. I feel like she was kind of rushed into going on tour, rushed into really just putting it all out there.
Vulnerable.
And we know that, that she did have some really emotional moments on stage throughout her tour. And I think she probably is still dealing with that, where Selena decided to wait. And she's like, now I just want to be happy. And yes, that was a time in my life when I felt depleted. But now I'm here, and we're just remembering it.
Two ends of the spectrum, but two talented queens.
Two, of course. And that was no slight to Ariana Grande.
No, not at all.
I was just using that as a complete example. Ariana obviously is stronger than anyone we know to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That takes a very strong person.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
All them shows she did? With the belly out?
Oh, hell.
In the maroon?
Hell no. She was looking great. Let's talk about Kim and Tristan, you guys. Kim clapped back and clarified that she was not booing Tristan at the game that we told you all about yesterday. It was the Cavs and Lakers game, not booing. She tweeted saying, I was there to support him and was cheering, screaming, let's go, Tristan! I would never go boo anyone. I don't go to hate, only to cheer.
Oh, Kim, you are so sweet.
Oh, Kim.
I would have felt a little better if she was booing. I ain't gonna lie.
Same.
Anybody treat my sister like trash or my little niece like trash, I'm going to your game because I can go for free and I'm going.
I wanted it to be a boo. I wanted her to be calling him out. Even let's say they're cordial now, just in a sense to be like, boo, go Lakers, boo for multiple reasons, but whatever, we'll keep it copacetic because we're in public. I wanted it to come from a petty place, but even you and I yesterday kind of had to hold everyone back, and we're like, you guys, well, we want this to be petty. Don't forget, Kim and Tristan did have dinner together. But for me, and we talked a little bit about this in the morning tea, if Kim felt the need to clarify that she was not being disrespectful, she wasn't being shady, that tells me that Chloe and Tristan, if they're not fully back together, they are getting real close.
They are back together, Madison,
because
in my mind.
I feel like Chloe would be like, Kim, what the hell?
Yes.
This is not helping the situation. And then here we go with the tweet being like, I was there cheering.
What if Kim was booing and Chloe was like, you need to clean this up?
And that's a possibility.
What if she was? Like, if she really was out there booing and maybe she was booing playfully.
Right.
But the way it looked to people like us, then Chloe was like, well, you need to fix it.
Right.
Because you know what they're going to say at that damn table with the chip in it. You have to say something, Kim, right now. Like, I need the whole truth.
No, you're exactly right. You're not wrong. I feel like that's exactly where Chloe was coming from. I don't want them to be back together. I just want to make that clear. But you guys, I think we're going to have to start coming. No, actually, no. We never have to come around to it.
Absolutely
but
not.
We're just going to have to be okay talking about it. Because I know it brings up a lot of nausea.
A little acid
personally,
reflux.
yes, it's like right here, but we're gonna have to learn how to work through that. Okay, let's talk about Kylie and Travis. New report from Radar Online, Kylie and Travis are reportedly working out terms for him to move back in and are wanting to make their reunion work to give Stormi a sibling. The source said, quote, Kylie says their split was just a minor bump along the way and that this is the man she wants to grow old with and have at least one more kid. The insider went on to say that Kylie has convinced herself there's no better option than Travis. He gets her, is a perfect dad, and can cope with her level of fame.
I don't believe that. For me personally, Madison, I don't think that is a good enough reason to get back together with someone. Obviously, y'all broke up for a reason.
Right.
I do understand there being a level of comfortability with Travis, but I just feel like someone with as much of a platform, a businesswoman, a billionaire, I think that she can do better for herself and what she's built, and I think Travis can do better for himself and what he's built.
I mean, ultimately, they ended up going their separate ways because their priorities of what they wanted were different. I can see Kylie wanting to have another child with Travis. Like, I do believe that just because obviously give Stormi a sibling from the same father. They make beautiful babies.
Absolutely.
Hello. Clearly, they still have a lot of respect and love for one another. We've seen that they can co-parent quite smoothly compared to, you know, some of the situations Kylie's sisters have been in. I don't know. I don't know if I think they're necessarily talking about moving back in. I think that they are probably talking. Like I said, I believe that they have maybe crossed the line here and there. But I do believe that Kylie definitely wants another baby. I just don't know how on board Travis is. Just because his priorities were not in that direction like 2 months ago.
That's what I'm saying.
So
It's only been a handful of weeks. What's changed?
We got our eye on you. We're gonna definitely keep you guys up to date on whatever goes down with them. But in the meantime, let us know what you're thinking. What is your reaction to people bringing up Selena in regards to Justin's throwback video? Also thoughts on what Selena had to say about making vulnerable and lose you to love me.
What do you guys think about Kim clarifying that she was not booing Tristan Thompson? Do you believe him and Chloe are back together?
Oh, unfortunately. And finally, what do you guys think about this update on Kylie and Travis? Let it out down below. Don't forget to tune into the morning tea tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, you can shop our store. Make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Guys.